Well, well, well. We're not discussing anything about no books. We're not discussing anything about any ancient history. I know you see with the destruction of the black civilization, I've shown you this plenty of times before. I show you the Ankh plenty of times before. And one of my great favorites about Nearly Filler, the United Independent Code System book. Now, I just happened to be looking through them, scanning through them. And then it hit me earlier. And to be honest with y'all, it hit me earlier. I realized that Christmas is coming. Basically, it's around the corner. And this is important. It's important because I don't know how many of y'all are going to really celebrate the holidays. I don't really know how many of y'all are going to really do that on the regular. You know what I mean? Christmas is not for you. Jesus wasn't born on December 25th. And you don't know who this man Jesus is. And if you do know, you know this is Caesar Borgia, the Pope's son. Okay. Who basically put the image of this man, his son, and made him basically, quote unquote, the Messiah. And then from that point on, people just believed what they believe in. And if you talk about a couple of hundreds of years, listen here. If nobody don't tell you the truth, you're not gonna know the truth. Okay? And even when the truth is presented to you face to face, when the truth is presented to you, a lot of you're not gonna want to accept it. You're just not going to want to accept it. The reason why, because you're uncomfortable with it. You believe in your heart because your grandmother, your great grandfather, and so on and so forth, they told you this lie and the lie that they did believe. You understand? But this is what happens when you shred off your history. So many of our brothers and sisters, quote unquote, gods and goddesses and kings and queens are telling you and giving you information on YouTube, like Black News 102, Netta. Okay, you got brothers like that. You got Sarasut Seti. You got brothers like that. Young Pharaoh. You got Dr. Omar Johnson. You got Dick Gregory. You got so many different scholars, and you got Ashar Kwesi, which he's in the Kemetic system, which is Egypt. I mean, I can go on and on different names if I choose to, if I want to. But this post is not based on that. I'm just giving you illustrations on different scholars, different people who give you information, and even the independent ones, like myself. You got people on Facebook, different gods and goddesses that's constantly give you information. Listen, if you ain't getting this, it's because you choose not to get it. I have to be honest with you. Okay? Kwanzaa's about to come up. Now, on Thanksgiving, I had a few people told me, you celebrate Kwanzaa early. I wasn't celebrating Kwanzaa early. I use African festival, quote, Kwanzaa. Because what I'm trying to do is let y'all free your minds. Free your minds of being bound and bondage on the way the system of things is. Listen, the system of things is already in place. We know that. But you can live your life. You can live your life and live your life in the freedom of spirituality. Why you have to live and be bounded and, well, these are the rules. What rules is it? Rules of what? Behaving? Knowing how to talk, speak, and talk? Knowing how to act a certain kind of way? Listen here, you're supposed to know that. You're from the melanin race. You're supposed to know that. The spirituality, the only reason why a lot of you don't know that is because ain't nobody taught you, and it's not your fault. You're learning more now than you ever done before. Let's be real about this. You're learning more information than you ever went to college, any other school systems you went, any other institutions, because they're not going to teach you your spirituality. They ain't going to teach you the origin of man and woman. They're not going to teach you that the female is really the goddess of the earth. They're not going to teach you these things because they don't want you to know these things. They don't want you to have no recollection of who you are, what you're supposed to be, because they want you to act like them. They want you to talk like them. They want you to speak like them. They want you to Basically, be them, but be quiet about it. You understand? Be them who? Who I'm talking about? I'm talking about white society system. You understand? That's why you can't wear certain clothes, because they get uncomfortable. When they see what my attire, what I have on, my African attire dressing, they get uncomfortable telling me. When it's summertime, I was wearing my gear. You understand? They looking like, who is this? Is he African? So on and so forth. Why is he wearing these? Why is he wearing these symbols and doing these symbols? Because they're uncomfortable with that. You understand? Some people do know. Don't get it twisted. Some white people do know. But don't get it twisted either. A lot of our black brothers and sisters, quote unquote, they was uncomfortable too. Like, because they don't know. And because they don't know, they don't understand, so they're uncomfortable. The first thing they think about, oh my God, he's being a rebel. He's pushing the envelope. What's next? What's next? This is how people think. You understand? They don't want to know who they are. They want to stay in this religion conception. They want to stay there. You know what I'm saying? We got the books, as you can see. I've said plenty of times. You know, I scan through it from time to time. I love my own. You know what I'm saying? The destruction of the black civilization. I'm glad a couple of sisters, a shout out to my sister, Nada. She picked up that book. I seen that. So I'm shouting out to her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's on her transition and transforming herself. Peace goddess. And there's a lot of goddesses out there. So I want to say this, y'all. Not to make a long story short or a sermon long, but this is here. Listen, at the end of the day is this. This is Christmas to society. To society, this is Christmas, right? Where are you going to spend your money? Who are you going to spend your money on? There's families that need to be met. There's children that needs to be fed. And our black-owned companies and black-owned businesses need to be, you need to get to know these buildings. You need to get to know the stores. You need to get to know these people. Okay? You got Dr. Omar Johnson. You got, like I told you before, go on YouTube and put some donations on Sinetta TV, Black News TV. He was asking donations to help him get a fan. You know what I'm saying? So they could do any black news on TV, because we're not getting the proper news from the regular media. You know what I'm saying? We need to really help our peoples. But we'd rather give our dollars to unnecessary bullcrap. Let's keep it, honestly, keep it real. You could know like I said, you could know your civilization. You could know your history. You could know the distance somewhat of the sun from the moon and from the sun to the earth. You could know the distance, even though nobody knows the true distance. It's not facts. It's just, the word I'm looking for. They estimate that the sun and the moon is this distance. You don't know that fact, because you ain't take a measuring tape and held it in one position and dragged it all the way to Earth to the position. They ain't do none of that kind of crap. They estimating. And anyone whoever's doing this doctrine and dropping this information down, of course it's in the books. And then people who read it and do their study and their research, you are believing, oh, it's 600 million miles from Earth to the sun. It's not facts. I just use the example. Because too many of y'all oh, that's not facts. I've read the book of so-and-so and so. Come on. Wake up. For real. Some of y'all need to really wake up, because you get a little out of hand with the stuff you be doing. What's really important is this. And I'll say it again. These holidays is here. Recognize who you are, your people. That's what I'm talking about. You can sit up here and post all day long about all these ancient histories, but what are you prepared to do for you and your family? Are you going to go, oh, I got to get all these toys, I got to get all these things for my kids, and then you turn around, all the things you're talking about, all the books you're reading, it don't mean nothing. You're participating in the act of what it is. Now that's the reason why when Thanksgiving came, I wasn't participating in Thanksgiving. I showed you in the video, clearly, nothing European food. It was my heritage, my wife, Nubian cream, our heritage. I'm from the islands. Of course, she's from the islands too. She's from Puerto Rican, Dominican. I'm from St. Croix, the Virgin Islands. Okay? So you seen our food. I don't have to celebrate, quote unquote, Thanksgiving. You understand? Because I wasn't. I just happened to do it at that day to enjoy myself and my family. You see, the thing about people is you get so sensitive and you get so indulged. Oh, a lot of brothers and sisters are like, oh, but you're doing it on that day. So what? Did you hear me saying anything of any nature of Thanksgiving? No. Didn't care for it. Don't care for Christmas. Don't care for none of these stupid little holidays. Ain't got nothing to do with me and my family. You want to know the truth? But y'all got to understand, you got to make a stand and start transforming yourself. Literally. Transform yourself. Do you know any African holidays? I'm sorry. Do you know any African holidays? How you know the continent of Africa, they wasn't celebrating Thanksgiving, but doing it in an African style? Any one of y'all thought about that? Literally thought about the Africans over there in Africa, the continent of Africa, could have been celebrating Thanksgiving, but not saying Thanksgiving, by celebrating it the way they do it in Africa. Did you know that? It might not have been that day, could have been that week. It might not have been that week, could have been that month. You never know. Because you keep thinking in your mind, oh no, we don't do that. That's not being true African. You don't know, because you over here. You keep assuming things. And what's even more funny is this here. Don't you know so many Africans, not a great percentage, but so many Africans to this day believe that their Lord and Savior is that white deity, Jesus Christ. So if they over there bowing down to a white deity and saying Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior, they from the continent of Africa, and saying this and believing this, coming here in our land, which is America, where we're born, and saying, yeah, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. What that tell you? Think, use your common sense. Y'all not really doing no research. Y'all ain't doing no studying. I'm not hearing that. I'm not with that. I'm not hearing that. Yeah, y'all throw all that bull crap out. I'm not hearing it. Because here they do in Africa, not all parts of Africa, certain parts of Africa, these people are studying European theology, religion, and believing this is what it is. I bet you don't even know that. You understand? And a lot of them be talking about why you want to get to Africa. Why do you want to get to Africa? And then here a lot of them want to get to who's in Africa want to come to America. You just think, listen, this thing is mixed up, twisted, and turned. But you here in America, you want to love your race, your melanin race, and respect it and honor it. Then you want to do that? Then you got to go inside out. Become that. Live that. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to be what you're going to become it, don't be, well, why I got to wear those clothes? Why I got to wear that jewelry? You wearing freaking jewelry that don't belong to you. You ain't make it. You wearing other people's jewelry, and most likely them white people who paying black people to make their jewelry, or someone colored. But y'all don't even want to take heed to that thing. You just want to sit up there. It ain't Gucci. It ain't Louis Vuitton. It's not Prada. Come on. I don't understand y'all. Especially some people who live here in the city. You know where Harlem is at. Don't act like you don't know. And if anybody don't live in the city, come visit. Go up to Harlem, 125th Street, 116. Go to Harlem. You know, you want to get some ornaments and some books and meet Red Pill, Blue Pill, Sankofa, Sonetta, Polite, Dr. Reggie, and so on and so forth. All many different nice, good scholars. No one is perfect. Nobody's talking about anybody's perfect. That's a problem. Anybody want to be perfect? Oh, those people, you're screwed up. Please, grow up. Get hold of yourself. The holidays is coming. Leave that shit alone. This is Chocolate AMUN-RA. Peace.